So 5 years ago, I hired somebody to make a piece of software for me that would make my job way easier. I spent $500 on it. It took 3 or 4 weeks to produce. And I recently came across footage of me using that application all the way back in 2020. And I thought, I wonder how much it would cost me to make that same app today in 2025. How much has AI devalued junior level programming? Let's find out. So for context, in 2020, I used to edit for those big clip channels that would basically take all the most popular clips from all these different gaming subreddits and combine them into one video and post it on YouTube. One of the channels that I helped start actually had the most viewed Apex Legends video on YouTube until the season 2 trailer dropped for Apex Legends. We had people like Quebblecop and some other big names react to our video. It was honestly pretty sick. We had a clip guy who would put all these clips into a sheet, and then there was me, the editor. So I would have to go and download every single one of these clips individually from the sheet, and it took me so much time. And I was doing one of these videos every single day. It took me anywhere from 5 to 10 hours every day to make one of these videos. So I thought, hey, it'd save me a frick ton of time if I could somehow auto download all of these clips. So I hired somebody to make a piece of software that could do just that. I would read a Google Sheet and then automatically download a bunch of clips and save them to a directory. I'm going to be using Cursor and Claude Sonnet 4, but I'm pretty sure you could get away with building this thing even cheaper with simpler tools than I did. Okay, so we're going to use Claude 4 Sonnet, probably the strongest model right now for programming. And I'm just going to say, execute the instructions in at project instructions. Let me know if there are things you need me to do. If this was a more complicated project, I would use like better cursor rules, have it think through what it's going to do more first, but this is a pretty simple application. So I'm just going to run it and let's see how long this takes. Okay, so we literally, let's see, it's been 2 minutes, something like that, and it completed everything in its checklist. It wrote a README with instructions. Okay, so the application launched. Let's see what we got here. I need to put together a really quick Google Sheet, and let's go grab some clips to use as examples. So I'm gonna go to Twitch, and I've been playing a lot of the finals, so let's go to the finals. All right, let's pull it over, go to clipboard history, drop that in there. Let's get the data from the sheet. Bada boom, bada bang. And it looks like it added really good fallback for formats that fail. And we just downloaded all of these clips. Let's go over, check out the downloads. Do they actually open? They do.
Wait. There. We've already seen Zuki.
All right, and just like that, we have created a piece of software that cost me $500 and weeks of effort, broke fairly often when certain things change. I have to go back to the engineer and have them fix it. I created this in 23 minutes. Now let's see how much this actually cost me in terms of tokens. So let's go here. Let's go to usage. September 23rd. All right. So it's used 35 cents of tokens, of Claude 4 Sonnet tokens to create that application. 24 cents. So if you don't count the cost of the Cursor subscription, you're looking at a 99.9993% reduction in cost. If you want to be a little conservative and count the cost of the Cursor subscription, you're looking at a 96% reduction in cost. So obviously Cursor costs $20 a month. You could factor that in, say $20 and 35 cents. But I know for a fact that you could create this with cheaper tools. You could build this entire thing even cheaper than you are right now. You could easily build this piece of software with just a normal ChatGPT subscription, or potentially even the free plan. I'm not familiar with the limitations there. Let's see. I published this video on June 22nd, 2020. So you could look at that a couple different ways, right? You could look at it in one way where the value of software engineering has gone down 96%. So I was able to get that same work done myself 96% cheaper than I was 5 years ago. And that is absolutely mind-blowing. Everyone right now has the ability to create micro pieces of software that help speed up their workflow. Whereas years ago, you would have either had to teach yourself Python or a different programming language, which takes quite a bit of time, or hire somebody to do it like I did. So anyway, I just thought this is a very tangible way to visualize just how much AI is changing the world and the economics of everyday life, especially like junior or contract work. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and a sub, and I will see you next time. Peace.